What's good? It's your boy, Mixtape Moth, and today I'm going to do a track review of the new Lil Baby song entitled The Bigger Picture. Let's get to it. I just wanted to start by saying that I like this one a lot, not only because of the message or content, or because the song itself sounds really dope, but most importantly, because who it's coming from. This is an example of how refreshing life can actually be sometimes. Now, I would expect a song like this to come from, let's say, Run the Jewels, Meek Mill, or maybe even Denzel Curry. But I gotta admit that I wouldn't have predicted Lil Baby to be the guy to deliver this message. Lil Baby is an Atlanta-based trap rapper. However, he is not a mumble rapper. Let's be clear. He just has a vocal inflection and delivery that make him sound like one. That is, if you aren't really paying attention to what he's actually saying. Of course, I was skeptical of him at first due to his voice, but I had acquaintances and homies telling me to give him a shot because he was actually rapping. So I listened to some of his most recent album, My Turn, and I began to see glimpses of his lyrical abilities. However, I wasn't completely sold on him just yet, but I did start to look at him in a different light nonetheless. However, this track, The Bigger Picture, is a major level up and transformation from any of the semi-introspective moments that we got on My Turn. I just think it's great that we're getting a trap rapper who was able to craft such a thought-provoking song, especially considering how relevant he is right now and given his fan base, which is more likely to be younger kids and fans of trap music. Oftentimes, the criticism in hip hop is that we rarely get young and relevant rappers who are able to speak up and tell the truth, or at least say something substantive. We can typically count on the OGs to deliver these messages, but the reality of it is that the youngsters aren't likely going to be listening if it's coming from an older head. So I think this track possibly puts Lil Baby in a position of leadership moving forward for a couple of reasons. One, obviously the hope being that he could inspire kids to start thinking about political and social matters and issues outside the realm of the block or traditional trap themes. Number two, the possibility to influence kids who rap to actually step up their bars or even possibly inspire them to use their talents or voices in a more creative and constructive way. But let me get into the track itself. The instrumental is pretty suspenseful, but it's mainly just a piano being looped. However, it works. It's 3 verses with a solid hook, although Lil Baby doesn't change up his vocal enunciations much on the hook, but you can still tell when the refrain kicks in. Now, obviously, he's addressing police brutality. That's primarily the centerpiece, but he's also giving us other things to think about, like black trauma, being a product of his environment, yet owning up to the mistakes of his past and judging people not based on their skin color, but by the content of their character. He's experienced trauma at the hands of police. He states, "I see blue lights, I get scared and start running. That should be crazy. They post to protect us." Now, as a white person, I've personally never been a big fan of police, mainly because of the way they treat black people. And this was all before what's been going on recently. I really didn't fuck with them since the 90s. However, I honestly can't say that I'm afraid when I see them. I mean, I'm more so just annoyed. But it's not the same as that fear that Lil Baby was talking about. Still, despite the mistreatment of black folks by law enforcement, Lil Baby doesn't paint all cops or white people with a broad brush. He perceptively adds, "Every colored person ain't dumb and all whites not racist. I be judging by the mind and heart. I ain't really into faces. And corrupted police been the problem where I'm from, but I'd be lying if I said it was all of them." So he is really trying to give a fair and balanced view of things, although it would be understandable given the circumstances currently if he lumped them all together. But like the title of this track indicates, he's able to see the bigger picture. The following bars address Lil Baby being a product of his environment, yet show his ability to take ownership for some of his flaws. He declares, I can't lie like I don't rap about killing and dope, but I'm telling my youngins to vote. I did what I did because I didn't have no choice or no hope. I was forced to just jump in and go. So I thought that was really powerful, and it also shows his acute level of personal awareness and maturity. There are some other lines as well that I thought were pretty impressive that showed us another layer to Lil Baby as a writer and rapper. But yeah, this is my favorite track from him to date. I can't say that I've heard all of his discography, but I do plan to check on his music in the future. Hopefully, he will continue to use his platform and his voice to speak out and say something, because I think given his position of power, a lot of people are going to listen. Definitely check this one out if you haven't. Lil Baby, he's grown a lot in a short period of time. I'm actually getting some Nipsey Hussle vibes from him right now. Perhaps it's his level-headedness mixed with his desire for revolutionary change, but whatever it is, I hope he keeps it up and keeps on swinging. But anyway, it's your boy, Mixtape Moth. I'm signing out. As always, it's peace and blessings. Track review, Lil Baby, the bigger picture, one.